Well, hi there, Internet. So I'm back in California, San Francisco, to be specific. There was no yo-yo competition. I'm just here, 'cause that's where my boyfriend lives. I should make it a point not to blog about blog about personal things like that, because at some point, there's a chance, however slim, that could change, and then I'm gonna have to watch this again and go, oh, why would I mention that? I hate my life. Anyways, so I am here until Thursday. I've been here since last weekend, just for no reason other than to hang out. I'm finding that I hate it a little bit less than I previously did. I went down to, Haight-Ashbury, and good God, it's like Portland. My people, I will come to you. I just have to talk Joel into moving closer to you, and then I will be one of you, my hipsters. Oh. So working on that, we concluded that I pretty much just don't like the sections of San Francisco that he favors the most, because they scare me, because I'm short and kidnappable. Yeah. So that's not actually what my vlog is about today. And I should finish the update. I'm going to SoccerCon this coming weekend. Not this coming weekend, next weekend, because it's only Friday. I'm bad at this. SoccerCon next weekend up in Seattle, Washington. So if you're going to be there, let me know so we can meet up and hang out. It's gonna be a blast. I'm always at my, height of hyper. So if you want to see me run around in circles while yelling profanities at children because I can when I'm not on shift, then you should, because I'm staff. Yeah, this is going to turn into a long vlog again. So what my vlog is about today is something that I'm kind of amazed I haven't vlogged about before, because it is one of my biggest peeves. It actually kind of infuriates me. I'm sick of it being a problem, and yet at the same time I understand that because of the way I dress, where I'm from, and just my general age, this is going to be an issue until I'm 35, dressed in nothing but business suits and stilettos. I take all my piercings out, and I start to look like a genuinely high-class normal person. Because apparently, if you don't, you're from Eugene, and you look like me, you should be smoking pot. No. You shouldn't, because it's a personal fucking choice. Also, it's illegal. Why does no one ever care about that? And so my issue has been, as I move around, let me get situated before I start ranting. My issue has been that every time someone finds out that I don't, they stare at me like a deer caught in headlights. They're like, what? Why? None of your fucking business. But, since we're here and this is what I'm vlogging about anyways, here's a couple reasons for you. One, it smells like a goddamn fart. If you think it's so socially acceptable to do that near me, I would then think it's socially acceptable to carry a sheet around with me at all times and give random people Dutch ovens. 'Cause to me, it's just as bad and just as unbeneficial to me. You smoking pot right next to me and making me sit in a cloud of your stank, has no benefit for me, because I don't like it, I don't do it, and I don't want to. So, a Dutch oven for you would be just about as beneficial as what you've just done to me, and just as fucking rude in my eyes. But no one ever seems to care about that. They just do what they want wherever, with little to no respect or consideration for the other people in the area. That is something that really bothers me. Which brings me to number 2. I have asthma. I've had asthma since I was 7, and my doctors believe that it was actually brought on, because my parents smoked in the house, frequently, kind of like chimneys. At some point my dad stopped and my mom smokes outside now, so it has gotten better as I've gotten older, but smoke still sets it off. I start wheezing when I walk up slight incline hills, and my legs are not out of shape. I'm fairly petite, I'm incredibly flexible, I'm in good shape, all things considered, given my chronic back pain and such. So it's not that I'm out of shape or lazy, I just have asthma. And you sitting next to me, being inconsiderate, smoking your whatever, and blowing it in my face, is making it worse. So, no, I don't like it. No, I definitely don't want to do it. There's another one. Oh, I don't like being treated like a freak or a mutant or an outcast because I don't do something that you like doing when it's not a threat to anyone. It's not like I'm doing a good or bad deed. Smoking pot, in my eyes, is completely neutral, and it should stay that way. I don't judge people who do it. I don't care what you do with your time, your money, your body. It's all yours, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I am neutral on that subject. But when it comes to me being stared at and questioned and being talked into it when I just don't want to, that's when I start to have problems with it. 'Cause that's rude. I have never walked up to someone who was smoking pot in public when I knew they shouldn't be because, again, it's illegal and yet no one seems to care, and gone, why do you do that? Don't you ever think you should stop? Have you ever tried stopping? Have you tried not doing it? Because don't you think your life would be more fun if you just didn't? Because you don't know what you're missing out on if you don't. I've never done that to anyone. But that is what is constantly being shoved in my face. Have you tried it? Have you tried it this way? Have you tried it and then done this? Yes, I've tried it in all the ways I can possibly think of. To make other people happy. To not be closed-minded about it. I have tried. And I don't like it. I just don't. I've tried eating it. It had benefits for me one time. When I was going through withdrawals from this antidepressant called Effexor, wherein the withdrawals were something like that of heroin. Yeah, that was probably the most unpleasant 2 weeks of my life. And someone gave me the synthesized version in a capsule, so I still didn't smoke it, but that actually helped. And it was in such a low concentration that it just made me feel like I could function. I wasn't like huddled over in nausea, having cold sweats, not being able to eat. So it helped that. I see its medical benefits. I see that it could help other people, but for everything other than that, I found it to be boring or straight up scary. The last time I attempted to consume it, we hit a point where I thought that walking was going to be uncomfortably difficult, and it was. I could barely walk in a straight line, and forming sentences was impossible. Wherein I'm not sure how other people see an appeal in that. I'm okay with the fact that they do. It's whatever. I don't have to babysit you. You're not my responsibility. But I didn't like it. And no matter how I've tried it, or in what quantities, or strengths, or whatever, I've just never liked it. And that should be okay. My problem is not that people do it. I've said that before. I say that in a lot of my videos when I'm ranting about something specific, like any form of drug. When it comes to personal choice, it's personal. But to me lately, this has become something like religion for people. Where they view it as a personal attack on them that you don't, and don't want to try what they have or what they're offering. That it's an insult somehow. When it's not. I mean absolutely no offense in telling you what I don't like doing and refusing to do it. It doesn't mean I think any higher or any less of you, but I definitely think less of you when you start arguing with me about my personal choices. My respect for you drops, and the chances of me wanting to hang out with you or do anything with you again in any sort of distant future is kind of, going down. I'm just not gonna. Because it's rude. At no point was I ever rude to the person inquiring about pot and why I don't do it, so I don't understand why they feel the need to be so invasive about my personal choices. This is going to be a long vlog, so if you've held on this long, I am a little amazed. Go you. I'm taking up quite a bit of your day today. The thing I'm going to leave off with, and one of the main there are two main reasons that deter me away from doing it, and they are not personal experiences, but they are things that have happened to people that I know. The first is, and I'm not gonna name names because that's an asshole thing to do. One of my friends had children, and in favor of being able to smoke pot for the rest of her life, which she thoroughly believed that she needed and was imperative to her existence, had her children taken away. And she didn't seem to be upset about it in any way. They took her children away because at the time, I understand the laws have changed and they don't really care if you have plants or grow or like have pot or whatever anymore, but at the time they did. And she let them take her children so that she could smoke pot. And that was one of the most, I'm not sure what the word is, but it broke my heart to hear something like that. That this plant that she could have easily lived without and taking care of her children was so much more important than what she gave birth to, that she didn't even care that her parents had to raise them now. That hurts. Because I feel so bad for those children. And the second instance is someone that I care about and love, actually, with all my heart. It's probably one of the biggest stoners I know, and one of the happiest people I've ever met, too. I think I've seen him angry twice, and the first was this instance, where we were having a conversation, and he was having such a hard week that he told me that not even the drugs were working anymore, referring to pot, and I wasn't intending to be rude or invasive or overstep my bounds in any way. I simply suggested that he stop, because if it wasn't helping, what was the point? I viewed him as strong enough to be able to deal with the issues that were being faced, that he was being faced with on his own, that he was fully capable without any form of substance of any kind, alcohol, pot, drugs, didn't matter. I know he's strong enough to deal with them on his own. And the backlash of a response that I got was the equivalent of being screamed at on Skype about how I don't even remember what was said, but he was so vehemently angry with me that it went on for about 20 minutes about how I just don't understand and I don't care, and how dare I say something like that to him, and he just logged off. When you've hit that point, I believe that it is no longer a recreational use and that it is an addiction. And to see it affect the people I love and care about the way that it does, it just quickly loses its appeal, if it ever had any to me. And I'm sure now that we're going to be 14 minutes into this, you'll understand that there was almost never one for me. That I did it for other people to make them happy, and I see the error of my ways, and I don't plan on doing that again, because it's not worth it. This is my life, this is my body, these are my choices, and I intend to keep them that way. I don't care what you do, but stop trying to impose your life views, your lifestyle on mine. Because it's rude, and it's not gonna work. So, I think we're done with this vlog. I understand it's going to be a little bit long. If you held on all the way through, then sweet, I love you, and I will talk to you guys